Hey, I was just starting the stream. You see, I actually have to do these things because Ryan ends up doing it 5 minutes before the race starts, and couple of streams are up. Tier 1, Tier 5? Tier 1 and Tier 5 are up, I'm pretty sure. Also. Right, my internet actually functions. That's the one I want that on. Just setting up watch live for Man United, setting up tier 1 on my tablet. Side, well, obviously I commentate. We had a very interesting start to the season in Suzuka last Thursday, and that looks to continue. I would say that even though Skildy won the race pretty comfortably, knowing that his practice has been non-existent, and from what he's practiced on in the last half an hour or so before I set up this stream, he put it in the wall multiple times. I don't know. Something. Oh, you have to go on Black Charizard's channel. Let me start this. Go on to stream in a minute. See you with 3 watch. Just. And now we turn it down. We keep it up. Well, United. What is going on here? Let me watch Man United. What's the problem? We're gonna have to search. Am I gonna have to switch networks here? Why did it fail? Stop failing on me. See a few people readying up already. That's not what meant to have done. Got 19. Okay. 19 and a spectator. We're waiting on one more person. I think we might have a full lobby. My phone is now dying. Oh, not in the mood. See that people are starting to ready up. We're all but ready to go. Got full grid. As everything's still loading up, I need to put on. There you go, connected to the Wi-Fi. Try again. Sort itself out so I can actually watch Man United as well. Watch live. Shouldn't have a problem. And there we go. I am now sorted. Ready to go. Got qualifying here. If Amazon Prime would work, Prime on the TV and this here. But I don't think my internet's going to have the capability to do that. But oh well. Let's have a look. So there's still that didn't race last week. I know Matt didn't race last week. He was having problems with his PS5 or PS4 or whatever. Then there's a few guys that have the potential to surprise. And obviously coming off his final win in the sprint the other day, which for those wondering, I did actually do. I commentated over that. Who's the first out? That's the real question. A couple of people going on the mediums to start. I see a choice of people going on choice of the mediums. The first one out, for those that haven't watched before, the first one out is the one we watch through their entire lap. Their out lap we watch their also their entire first full flying lap. Unless, obviously, in the turn of that happening, they sort of do something as to invalidate that lap, so to speak. If he does, in that case, we'll go towards Choco and then Hyder, and then a few more of the guys coming out at the same time. But it's almost traditional. As are the interviews after the race. Should probably put in by reminder. Going through, here we go. About to start qualifying for proper. Round the final corner and into the first lap we go. Does it get to the outside of that, very outside of that line? Does into the first corner. It could have gone out, further out. Still keeps the car in the lines. Matt's retired from qualifying. That's nothing new to us. He does that every time. And now he comes up to points where Carter's going to have to start to shift out of the way, and they're on their out laps compared to Massa's flying lap. After this we'll go to El Choco, we'll go to Hyder after that. Amas goes incredibly wide through that corner there and almost goes into the wall, comes down the straight, looks like he's recovered it slightly. Now we go into the final corner before the hairpin. Car a little bit slidey, car a lot slidey, but goes to the outside, comes on the apex, goes to the outside of the corner there and gets that pretty well done. Basket allows him to go through. I've seen worse on that hairpin. Car the rear sliding a little bit out of the straight, but nothing too much. In on the chicane. Doesn't get a lot on the curb on the first. He gets a lot, rides the curb on the second. Almost has a fight with the wall under the bridge. Now we come into the final chicane. Little bit of a time lost there by just driving over it. Through the final corner, gets on the, keeps the car stable. The car at the time is 1:38.85. Jamie's retired as well. That's not great. Scaldy? Where's Scaldy? Oh, they're both out. Oh, one Williams is out and one Alpine is out. Okay, so as per I said, I should have gone the opposite way. Our truckers were invalidated. So watch Hyder. And on the mediums, is he going to be able to challenge the 1:38.8? Pretty slow time to start, but here we go. Oh my god, that's the end of Hyder's qualifying. He does a 1:38.9, but there goes his car. Got too much of the curb on the final corner. Crashed to the 38.2 on the softs. Hyder gets way too much on the inside curb, takes the car for a spin into the wall, and that's the end of his qualifying. In the process, Summit's done a 1:37.6, which is currently 5/10 quicker than anyone else. Swen did a 1:38.1 on the softs. Christ did a 38.2 on the softs. Looks like Scaldy did a 38.4 on the medians, which isn't too bad. Luke's just gone within 1/10 of a second of Summit's time. Looked like I was just Yusuf letting him through. Yusuf letting him through. We'll keep going on Basket's lap. But the next one coming after him. Our trucker might be going for another lap. Might go and look at him afterwards. One of the Ferraris are coming in. Jacobo's on his out lap now. The other Alfa Romeo. It keeps the car stable for the final corner, which is more than Hyder did. And it's 1:38.3 for Basket. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. It's just slowing down. Alright, it's just a slowing down of Boomer's obviously not doing a flying lap. Slow down and let Zab pass, who's also not doing a flying lap. Where's Bunders? Bunders just goes through. He's done nothing much. Boomer's just about to start a flying lap, you can tell. Looks like Bunders has just gone into the pits. And here we go. Boomer, well, from 1:52.2, but I don't really count. Boomer going for a fast lap now. Car slides a little bit there, but he's managed to keep it under control. Decent exit of turn 3, going into turn 4 now. Keeps the speed. Almost had a tussle with the wall. Manages to keep the car in bounds, so keeps the lap going, keeps the car going as well. A corner's a pretty fast corner. You can make a lot of time up if you get it right. Here comes the first of the hairpins. Does take him very well by Boomer. Gets around to the outside, keeps the corner, doesn't go too wide. Through the middle of sector 2. Now it's through to the final part of sector 2 into the hairpin. I'm not going to get a good camera angle of this apparently. I'm going to have to go on the TV pod for a minute. Little bit wide, a lot wide out of the hairpin. That was not good for Boomer. That was going to cost him a decent chunk of time. He is still somehow 3/10. Oh, he's 3/10 quicker than his last time. Bearing in mind he only gave up on his lap through the under the bridge. Jacobo's one to look out for. Looks like Skeldy going on to soft now and going to come out and see what he can do. Well, soon enough. And Jacobo 1:37.1 puts himself on provisional pole. 10 minutes left. Nearly 6/10 quicker. What's Boomer going to set? 1:37.4 puts him second on the grid with medium tyres. Everyone else is out doing outlaps, and so we've not really got anyone left on the grid. So we'll watch Slimmy. He's the closest to the line. Reno's not far further back. Slimmy gonna try and get to the outside here? Yeah, he is. How is that not invalidated? I guess it's not too bad. It gets to the outside of turn 1. Car a little bit slidey out of turn 2, but he keeps it going. See if he can carry speed. Doesn't look like he's fighting with the wall at all. Keeps the collapse going on the medians, and the yellow flag in front of him, but that's just Swen getting out of his way. Shouldn't cost him too much. It was on a straight. And now we're going to the first hairpin on the track, and it's done pretty well. It gets to the outside of that corner, which means the exit is pretty clean. What else is he able to do? Can he keep it in bounds here? Oh, he goes a little bit deep into that corner. Still keeps the car into the hairpin. He goes, gets inside. Clean exit. Doesn't look like he was sliding a lot, so he's not lost a lot of time there. Does the fastest purple sector 2. He just about kept his car in track limits out that corner. The car looked to be sliding a little bit more than it was. And then, oh, ouch. Oh, that's even worse. There goes his front wing. That's unfortunate on so many levels. That's what Reno's lap. Yellow flag in sector 3. The pile-up. Yeah, there's a pile-up. Which is not good news if you're Reno here. Oh, sorry, I accidentally clicked that on. My bad. Reno is current 128. Boomer's just retired from the session. That's not good news. Don't know if he's retired because of tires or do you think he's had a good enough lap. Reno's gone with 1:38.5, but that might be slightly attributed to what was going on in front of him. Let's watch Scaldy. He won there's a purple sector 1 as I say. It's nearly 2 tenths up on his other time. Comes down into the final part of sector 2. Keeps the car inbound, gets over the curb, which saves some time. Car's not sliding out of that, goes into the hairpin, wide to start, gets a clean apex. Not necessarily the cleanest exit, but he'll manage it. Gets on the curb there, manages to keep the car in the white lines, so he keeps his lap going through the exit straight through the chicanes now. That's an awful camera angle. Now under the bridge. Where is he go? Is he going to do well here? He is. Keeps the car. Oh, he gets a little bit of the curb on the way out. Used it to the 1:36.9. Puts himself on provisional pole with 6 minutes left. Scaldy looking to try and put himself somewhere. Zab's retired from the session. Taking a spin off to. And this is 37.188 for Scaldy. Puts him third on the grid. Samet's not doing a proper lap. He's that's definitely cutting the pit lane, but we'll not talk about it. Christ, I'm not sure if he did a proper lap there. And they're jagged with 1:36.8. Should have paid more attention to that lap apparently. Pog to the 1:37.6, but why is the camera focusing on the Mercedes? Interesting. Who's the next? Who's the closest person? You got Bunders on an outlap. You know what? Let's watch him. Invalidate the outlap. El Trucco just did a lap there. Don't think it was much quicker. As for the top 4, I think it's Swen on a lap. Swen is on a lap. The yellow flag in sector 1, which is just I think it might just be El Trucco slowing down. Little bit wide on the marks for Bunders there, nearly scraping the wall. Gonna go around the first DRS zone. He's gonna get on the curb very slightly. Almost goes a little bit too deep out on the exit of the corner there. Takes the hairpin pretty well. Gets to the outside of the following corner. And gets a clean enough exit to where he's not fighting with a wall. Into the latter part of sector 2, gets him, doesn't go over the curb. Brave choice to the yellow flag in sector 3 for a Haas, which would be Jags just slowing down, I think. Not the cleanest of exits for Bunders out of the hairpin. Let's see how he deals with the corner at the end of the straight. It's nearly 9 tenths quicker than his actual press lap. He keeps it basically on the track limits there. Gets a lot of the curb for that first part of the chicane. Doesn't get much for the second. Goes under the bridge now. Gets a little bit of the curb on the first. Keeps himself off the curb on the second. Looking like a pretty fine lap. Doesn't get any of the curb on the final chicane. Now it's time to see if he can keep the car in check around the final corner. Doesn't take any of the curb. Doesn't go outside. Does keep it. Does a 1:37.8. Put himself 11th. El Choco's coming to the pits, and Zakobo has just done a 1:36.6. Put himself on pole. Oh wow, on provisional pole with 3.5 minutes left. Bunders has just done a flat lap. Mass coming to the line now, I guess. Yeah, he's the only one out there doing a proper lap, so let's watch. Doesn't seem to be liking going to the outside of there. Just about keeps his car in the track limits through turn 2. Turn 2 is always a tricky one, because if you go too close to the track limits, it's gonna get you every time. But if you try and take a little bit wider, then you're not gonna be able to do an awful lot. Might go the Slimmy lap. I've already watched one Slimmy lap. Might switch to Reno when he gets closer to the line. Oh wait, no, Armas has finished his lap here. Let's see what time he's going to be doing. He's going into those latter stages of the Sector 2. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. It's just Aston Martin letting him pass. This is an awful camera angle, by the way. All I want to see is the exit to the chicane, which I've seen worse. I've seen worse for the exit in this qualifying session. Never mind the hole on Singapore. That's done well to keep the car in track limits there. Every so often you see if we're going quiet, it's because I'm just looking over at either Tier 1 or Man United game. There's yellow flag in Sector 3, it's just one of the houses letting them on through. We'll watch Reno's lap, then we'll go and watch. Let's see what he's done here. 1:37.8. We'll watch Reno's lap now, because he's now the closest person to the line. Yellow flag in Sector 2 is just one of the guys letting them through. Going through the hairpin. Car doesn't look slidey at all through the close quarters part of the track. Looks a little bit slow on the exit, but doesn't look. Oh, doesn't look like he's done too bad. There's purple Sector 2 in there. Keep the car two-wheeled in tracks. Zakobo's just retired from the session. That might be to do with the fact that he's got not enough time to get another lap in, probably. Going under the bridge is Reno now, coming through to the final chicane. Gets curb on the first part, doesn't get curb on the second part, gets on the outside. Going into the final corner, goes to the outside. That should be a corner cut. And Reno did a 1:37.6. We'll watch Summit. He's going quicker, going slower at the moment. Zakobo retired. Who's the closest? Yeah, Jag, Skildy, they're all together. Jag done a purple Sector 1. Swen, where's Swen? Is he the one that just come over the line? He is. Right, let's watch Jag then. Trying to limit it to at this point to the people who could possibly be on pole, but I'm also trying to look on my minimap to try and find out where all these people are. Going through Sector 2 now. At the end of qualifying, so if your laps aren't completed, you're done. Goes through the exit, the chicane, go up toward the end of Sector 2 now. Not chicane, the hairpin. Does a 1/10.5 quicker than his best lap. Keeps it well within there. Basket's gone fourth with a 36.9. Still 0.3 back on the leader though. Oh, and Jag just invalidated late, and that's not what he wanted to do. Slimmy Cans was just retired from the session. Amas is in the pit, so he's going to take 13th. Trucko, the only one back there without a lap punched in at the moment. Scaldy's right behind Yusuf, so we'll watch Yusuf, then we'll back down to Scaldy afterwards, and then probably up to Swan. Oh, and then invalidated from Yusuf there, and all of a sudden the people that could take pole are narrowing down. Here goes Scaldy through the final corner. Reno's retired. Scaldy puts himself on provisional pole by a tenth, well actually half a tenth. Swen's the last. Swen's not the last person. Interesting choice. Was he not going faster than Skildy then? That's it. That's it. That's the end of the session. So it's Skildy on pole. The Kobo starts on the front row beside him. Jag's in third and Yusuf's in fourth. That's gonna rows. Let me just sort out. 20. Mitchell. Anyway, back to this. So we got Yusuf 4, a great qualifying. Pog, Swen, and Boomer all on. Might and just Swen just right. Well, ball's gonna pay off. Just waiting for this to get going. Connected without internet. In the process. Let me connect the thing because I just stopped my Man United game. Doing formation lap now. People are gonna get. God, Amazon Prime is useless. Not much to talk about when they're in the formation lap stage. Get the race in a minute, and then I'll have a lot to talk about because Singapore is going to be crash heavy very quickly. That's so annoying. Amazon's making this really hard for me to actually be able to talk about anything. I can't get the Man United game up, which is fun. Swen's just been disqualified, Boomer's been disqualified. Oh, that's not good news for either of them. That just allows for their tyres to be absolutely screwed. Hit the 10-minute mark in the football. Anyway, we're all but finished the actual formation lap now. Not a lot that we can actually talk about on these. So we just wait for people to have their formation lap sorted out. And we can have a race for detail, tyres. That's what we do first. That's always what we have it on. Which means that we get to look at a pretty vast choice of tyres. So you've got the top 5 all on soft, as where they qualified in, and the tyre they qualified on in qualifying. Pog, Sven and Boom are on mediums, which they set their fastest lap on. Samet and Reno round out the top 10 on soft. And then you've got Christ, Luke, Trucko, Hyder, Slimmy, Jamie and Matt all on the hards. Here we go, we've got 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. It looks like Scaldy might have got a slow start. He did. He got a very slow collision off turn 1. And Jag's been hit off turn 1. Slimmy's retired. Oh my god, there's just an absolute mess. Someone's car in absolute disarray. And we got virtual safety car immediately. Oh, Trucko's got a 5-second penalty. Purely probably because he got taken out by surprise. By the safety car coming out so early. And there's Slimmy already retired. Jag's already been hit. Well, I say Jag been hit. I'd probably say that Jag making a move down the inside into turn 1 was audacious, to put it that way. A 5-second penalty with collision with Luke. There's 5 seconds on the other end for that one as well. And all of a sudden, we're down a racer. One's got damage. I'm surprised the safety car didn't come out immediately, to be fair. Right, I'm not the one that set up the lobby. That was a mess. And now we get to talk about the virtual safety car, or should I say, lack thereof talk under the virtual safety car, because it's absolutely just not great. Well, everything's back to normal. Okay, that caught me by surprise. The Kobo's already broke the second mark. That was me just checking on getting added by Blue, who's pretty much admin in this league. As for close fighting, let's have a look. Pog, you got people in a train back here. Not very much when it comes to the front, but there is a train, decent looking train back here. A couple of people had to pit. Hyder's ab, Luke had to pit. Slimmy's out, obviously. Apart from that, well, virtual safety car probably killed any proper things happening in that lap. Not very much going to happen here when it comes to overtaking, I don't think. Scaldy second broke into DR. Well, as soon as I said, he drops out of DRS for when that comes in. In and out at the moment. The Kobo looks to have a slightly comfortable lead, but not the greatest of lead to have. 7/10 back to Yusuf in third. We get to see racing here. As for overtakes and scattering down, it doesn't look like there's much in the terms of overtaking at the moment. It's also not going to be a lot when it comes to actually trying overtake. Either it's Singapore or it's a track. If you try overtaking, turn 1 happens basically. That's what happens. The Kobo with the everyone with the fastest lap apparently. Holy. Sven within half a second. Not anywhere near. DRS has now been enabled, which might present some closer racing. Oh, Jag just got in front of Jamie. May have missed that one. Oh, Jamie's in the pit. That might be why. Let's keep watching Sven for the minute. I see that he's probably the closest to anyone. Trying to get basket. 0.2 of a second. Is he going to make a move? He's decided he's too far back to try and make one. Not going to get anything off there. Boomer trying the same. No, doesn't have enough gap. Enough speed to close the gap, shall I say. People fighting back here. Scaldy and Yusuf and that up top are coming really close. Go to the battle for the lead for the minute. I'm gonna get DRS on the straight here. Let's see how quick it opens up. There it is, straight away. And now they're gonna try and hunt down Jacobo. Not very well. Jacobo didn't lose all that lot. And Sven did get the move done this time. I anticipate that Boomer might be able to make something work as well. No. Swen did get the move on basket though. Swen moved up to 4th. It's on the medium tires, and albeit questions the strategy to start. It looks like it's doing it pretty well at the moment. Virtual safety car probably means he's gonna able to be going on for a while. God, Arsenal squad. Did they score while De Gea was down injured? Oh god, anyway, back to this. It's 4/10 of a second, got DRS down the main straight. Is he going to be able to make a move work? There's one move from Jacobo. Scaldy down the outside, he's in front. Scaldy goes deep into the corner and does he get the position? He does get the position. Looks like Jacobo almost looked for the switchback there. He's not going to get the switchback there. And Scaldy now takes lead of the race. Heide does the fastest lap. I'm also trying to figure out what the hell's going on here with Man United. Boomer's 0.2 of a second back. There's half a second between Jacobo and Scaldy. Boomer trying something with the hairpin, almost got it. He's now going to get DRS. He should be able to make something work here, surely. Nope. Seemed a little bit too far behind. Didn't see it look all that interested in making a move there, to be honest with you. Now he's stuck right behind him for the rest of the lap. Every single time I look at that final corner, I always think it's going to be a warning or something, because that does not look legal at all, but I guess not. Oh, Jacobo's back, the rear of the car almost spins, and he does spin! And he does lose his front wing. Oh, his car looked like it was sliding from a long way back. And it looked like there's another virtual safety car. The safety car actually on. Jesus Christ. With the meantime, I'm going to go on Twitter because I need to get to the bottom of how Arsenal scored. The best way to do that is trending. Fred gives Smith throw the ball while De Gea is down injured. Yep, Arsenal scored by being unsportsmanlike. Who's surprised? They're a joke of a club. DRS has now been enabled. Let's go. Every time I think it's just a normal safety car instead of the virtual safety car. Now everyone's a little bit dispersed. Let's have a look at what Jag's doing down here. Jag's trying to go on the Mercedes, the El Troco. I'll keep an eye out for the front. Oh, well, I missed that one between. Oh, Samet spun. 100%. Oh no, Samet's gone into the pits. Okay. 5-second penalty for abundance of speeding in the pit lane. Is Jag going to be able to get it done here? Because I see quite a difference. El Troco to the inside of the track. Sorry, Jag's to the outside. And that camera angle was abysmal, so I didn't really get to see what the hell was actually going on there. Let's move up. Yeah, I was just about to say let's move up to Sven, and I saw that right as Sven was about to make the pass on Yusuf. Didn't quite get there in time. Let's watch if there's a battle instead. I apologise for not getting that overtake. 6/10 of a second. Looks like Sven has got this nailed. Got this strategy nailed down pretty well. Seems like he's having a lot of enjoyment out there on these medium tyres. Looking down now, he's 7/10 of a second. I don't see very many people within DRS range at all, so keep toward the front. Um, 4/10 of a second back here. Let's see if Hamas is going to make a move on Reno. It looks very unlikely going into the chicane, but all it takes is a spin and someone's in. Two right on the back of each other, Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. Hamas probably might be able to look for a move at the end of this straight, like at the end of the home straight. Reno goes short. Hamas goes deep into that corner and probably lost any chance of actually making anything work there. Didn't quite follow the same line as Reno, get the slipstream, didn't quite follow him enough to get proper DRS. Hyder just got 3-second time penalty for track limits. And as it stands, it's very separate. Everyone's all of a sudden very separated. Pog's 4/10 of a second back here. Let's see if he's going to be able to try and force something on Basket. Jamie just started the fastest out, Hyder's fastest lap now. Gonna get slipstream down here. It's not gonna make too much of a difference. 4/10 of a second between Hamas and Reno, who... Oh, and Reno's... Oh my god, Reno turns it way too quickly. Reno just misjudged the corner, and unless he gets hit in the back, which I don't think he does, I think he just completely misjudged the corner. There's no safety car. But virtual safety car. Why is there no safety car for that? I think Boomer may have messed up the settings. But then no, I wouldn't explain why the Basket's just got 3-second time penalty. I'm so confused. It's 2/10 of a second between Pog and Boomer now, and they've got 3 in a little train here, Basket, Pog and Boomer. I don't know. Oh, Zakobo closing in deeply on, quickly, on Hyder back there. Swen, so let me think, as Swen's going down to the outside, well, Scaldy, got the inside. Scaldy goes deep on the corner, allowed Swen to make a move, possibly on the outside of the hairpin. Doesn't go for it. And Scalesy's going to keep the lead momentarily. Swen's looking like a house on fire in this race. So the yellow flag, and Bunders is retired now as well. And there's the safety car. And there's a goal. Oh no, it's just showing the Man United. It's just showing the Arsenal goal. Oh, you take it. Same old Arsenal, eh? We got the safety car now, so... Scaldy in first, then second. Yusuf third. Migrating host. Boomer just left the session, actually. Got kicked. Oh no, Bunders got kicked. Oh, Reno held it originally, went to Bunders. Both of those DNF. Both have now left the session as well. And now there's people coming into pits. Scaldy coming to pit. Yusuf's coming into pit. Basket's attempting a pit. Drive through for speeding under the safety car. Ouch, that's not good news for Hamas. And then he gets 5 seconds for driving into the pit lane too quickly as well. Oh, that's just a moment of madness that has come off really badly for Hamas. Jag's going to stay out, been on softs for 8 laps. Won't be too long before you see him come in, I reckon. Maybe 4 or 5 laps. Bear in mind, we go 31 laps here. used to have come down the mediums. Two stop, I'm guessing, for most of these guys, if not all. Matt's coming to the pits, Trucker's coming to the pits, Jamie's in the pits. Allows for a shaked up grid for a little bit here. There's not a lot that we can talk about under the safety car. I did boomers in first, Skelded's gone to soft. Okay, so Skelded's doing two stop obviously. He's done softs. I'm guessing the mediums come on afterwards, go about 15 laps. Maybe he doesn't even need to go 15 laps on mediums, maybe less. Everyone about a second away from each other. Making sure there's no sort of anything under the safety car pretty much. Couple of interesting strategy, because I heard people going the actual main chat, in tier 1 chat side, saying they might do soft to hard. It doesn't matter, they've got a wet race anyway. And now I've got people here in the dry doing a full two stop. And now it's just very interesting to see where the differences come into play. Would a one stop be hell on your tires? Probably. But if you were able to make that work and go through maybe 20 or some laps and there's a safety car towards the end, that one stop might prove very, very nicely and go to softs and just blow everyone away. I don't know. Few people still yet to catch up to Pyro at the back. Safety car should be coming in this lap. Not an awful lot that can be done. Few people binned it already. Reno took... I didn't see how Slimy went out. Reno took the corner way too sharply and put his car smacking a wall, and that's not great. Bundas, I assume, just took a... Well, here, so I'd assume he got too much curb and took a little bit of a detour into a wall. Is the safety car coming in here? Or did the first lap they've just caught up? No, safety car's not coming in here. Yeah, it's the first lap of everyone catching up within a reasonable length, so this will be the last lap under the safety car. I'll be racing again from lap 12. So, lay of the land, you've got medium tyres on the front two, Swen and Boomer on medium tyres, 10 laps old. Albeit a couple of these last couple of laps have been under the safety car, so it's been less stressful on the tyres. Scaldy done the lap on the softs. Jack done 10 on the softs. Just interesting. Might be stretching that out for as long as he physically can before having to go on mediums, I guess. Christ has done 10 laps on the... Isn't too surprising. I assume he's going to lap 20, maybe 22 or something at that range. I haven't seen the message yet for the safety car coming in. Probably going to when we get into turn 3. There it is. Didn't even I said that immediately. As soon as it goes to sector 3, this thing will come up. Oh, it's raining as well. That's just thrown in an extra dimension. Track's wetted up with the safety car. Hyder's took the interesting approach to go on intermediates already. If he got the turn onto intermediates now, everyone else earlier, and everyone goes in on now on the last of the safety car. All of a sudden, Hyder would be in a great position. Intermediates probably won't go. It might go to the end on this, actually. It would be a push. Single stem intermediates going through. Be interesting. And in comes everyone. Every single person. Well, interesting boomer. Interesting attempt at driving there. And then you see Baski's going to stay out on softs for another lap, which is interesting. 5 seconds on use of time. But one person I want to watch right now is Hyder. He's got on the intermediates early. And I think that might actually just have paid off. Everyone but Basket and Hyder have just got into the pits. Mass just gone on the hards. Mass has just gone on the... No. What's the logic in that? Oh, there's already people spinning. Basket's gone as well. Basket took a little bit of a detour as well. Jesus. And Hyder's hit the front. And Hyder has played this spectacularly. He also has a decent lead. And Massa just retired from the session. That's what you get for going hard. That was pretty poor. And there's a safety car again. And that was the last. And as soon as I said, no quicker than I said that Hyder's played this spectacularly, is there a safety car that probably ends, probably. Been balanced out very quickly. That is unfortunate. Safety car. They allowed Basket to come in as well. If Basket's got any common sense, he's coming into these for these intermediates. Absolutely zero way this is not an intermediate track. Basket has to come in here. Much as he might have wanted to be a little bit stubborn on those softs, try and make them stint a little. Under the safety car, everyone's got to be under a delta. That's about as smart of a choice that he could have made. See if he comes out in front of a couple of people. But Hyder. Oh, I was about to say Hyder was loving life. I mean, as I click on to him, I was almost about to jinx him by watching him put in a wall. But looks like he saved the car there, kept himself well in front of anyone at the moment, but the safety car is going to bunch everyone back up. Safety car immediately after the first safety car, and this safety car only came out because that might be the worst decision anyone will make all season. Going on to the hards there, that's obviously didn't think it was a wet enough track yet, but when you're under the safety car, track gets wet very quickly. That's the best I can say for what Amas did was it was bold. At least he was going differently to everyone else, rather than following the thing. But these kind of things you have to kind of follow everyone else's mark. Don't really get away with it otherwise. So to say that there's a couple of people in the Tier 1 race in the wet that has currently gone on to hards and mediums. But I'm not sure if it was quite as wet in the Tier 1 race as it is here. So after all this, you're shaking up grid at the moment. It's Hyder first, Boomer second, Skeldy third. Jag in fourth, considering he had a spin that really almost sent his race into no man's land, realistically. He's back into it. Pog's fifth, Swen's sixth, who will be a little bit disappointed because before the rain came out, he was charging everyone down. Kobo's seventh, Christ eighth, Basket's ninth, which had he come in at the same time as everyone else, probably would not be as low on the board as he is. I can see why people wanted to stay out on tyres that weren't quite wet weather tyres, because if you could avoid going onto those wet weather tyres, it's probably a lot better. The problem is there's just times you have to be on wet weather tyres, and very much one of them. Just waiting for the safety car to come around a time or two more, then we get back to racing. The thing is, it doesn't look like heavy rain. Still intermediate by 100 by a mile. It doesn't look like heavy rain. It doesn't look like we're going to wets anytime soon. Who's already spun from Tier 1? I see Danger spun already, Staber, Jonas and Big Bambino. Alright. Oh, and there goes Hyder! Oh, no! And what was going so well looked like great strategy from Hyder, and he just lost the car. He just lost the car coming out the straight. And all of a sudden, he'd gone all but straight to the back. Oh, Zabs took his car into a wall there as well. Has he got damage? Can't quite see Hyder's car in some way. No, he hasn't. Takobo spun. What the hell's going on here? I'm Matt, and here we go. Safety car's just come in. And we're back underway. Boomer in front after Hyder's mishap. And then you've got Scalesy second, Jag third, Pog fourth. And it doesn't look like there's an overabundance of pressure put on a bunch of people off the start there. It just looks like everyone's content on staying where they are. I think everyone's just content on keeping their card in the race at this point. Let's see if Jamie's going to be able to make something happen. 0.2 of a second back. Assume that he might be able to make something happen in the next corner. Gonna attempt it. Gonna go around the out there. Go to the inside on the horse. It's Jamie versus Summit, and Jamie's gonna win that battle. Jamie is gonna win that battle. The Mercedes in front of him is now the battle, and Christ and Basket looked like they were going a bit back and forth there as well for a minute. But I'm gonna focus on this one a little bit more. See if there's another move in the plan, in the works from Jamie, who seems to be liking the wet tires more than most other people have. Going down to the hairpin now. Let's see if tried anything audacious. Nope, nothing audacious into the hairpin, which is probably a smart move by this point. It looked like everything's dying down a little bit back here. Luke's closest. Oh, and he's gone wide, and it's allowed. As soon as I say that, why do I say something, the opposite happens. Jamie's gone through because Luke's gone wide, and Hyder and Matt's gone on full wets. Interesting choice. All of a sudden, there are a few mistakes coming on the back of the grid, or toward the back of the grid anyway. It's Hyder going past Yusuf. I know it's a freeway battle here. Hyder going over the curb to try and make something happen on the inside, and it's Luke that's going into the pits. Hyder's not. Luke and Yusuf are going into the pits. Might have been some sort of collision between the two. Jamie's now 0.5 of a second behind Christ. Closed up to right on the back of him. Is he going to be able to make something happen? That's the real question. I don't think the RS is probably going to come on anytime soon. And Jamie to the inside of the corner has got through. Is there going to be a switchback? Is there going to be a switchback from Christ? There isn't going to be a switchback, and Jamie's going to take the position. Christ is going to try and fight it though. And he isn't going to be able to make a move into the end of Sector 1. It looks like Yusuf, Luke have both pits. A Kobo coming on through. Looks like Yusuf and Luke have both stayed on to on the intermediates. They have. Let's watch. No one's within a second now. El Trucker just got 3-second time penalty, and Bruno Fernandes has scored. Let's go. Just as a side point, I have Man United on. That's what Arsenal deserve. And here comes Swen. Swen going on Pog. Let's see if Swen... Why is Pog ghosted? Hold on a minute. Why is Pog ghosted? What's happened here then? Bruno's first shot on target in about a month, and he scored it. And Swen's got through on Pog, but I don't understand why Pog was ghosted. Did I miss something before that? Must have missed something before that, because that was such a weird way of going about things. The closest battle we got is 0.9 of a second. Hyder and Christ to the yellow flag in Sector 2. Yusuf span again. The yellow flag in Sector 2 and 3 is a Kobo. What's going on here? Let's go to Basket. Basket on Pog. Pog's just gone ghosted. Did he get kicked out of the session or something? I'm pretty sure I've just saw Basket go through the side of Pog as well. Like, that's not normal. Let's go Hyder on Christ then. Let's see if Hyder's going to make a move. Hyder's going to go to the outside and he's going to be shut off. Christ shutting the door, and Hyder's going to have to sit behind for a while longer. There you go, card in the Man United game. Hyder 0.2 of a second back. Is he going to be able to make something? He is not going to be able to make anything happen. He seems to be content on staying behind Christ at the moment. I mean, he had a great time there. Oh, he closed it. He turned it way too quickly there. Doesn't look like he has damage, but he's gonna lose the position of Samet. He is. Samet goes down the inside, takes the position. Switch back from Hyder. Not on the cards. It looked on the cards for a moment, but it just quite wasn't meant to be. And Pog's got to have left the session. I've missed it because he has to have been. Jamie's making us all of a sudden making a charge up the field. Let's watch El Trucker. I've not given him much screen time in this actually. I kind of feel bad. I tried to give everyone as much screen time as possible. You close this battle, there's a good chance I'm going to be on your POV. Doesn't look like there's going to be a lot. A couple of people got slipstream on each other down the straight here. Looks like there's the battle between Ultra. Oh, the back end starts sliding a bit there. And he's done well to save that. He had done very well to save that. El Trucker seems to be losing those tires a little bit. Let's watch Swen. Swen's trying to hunt down Jack. See if he's able to do it successfully or not. Seven tenths of a second between the two of them at the moment. Closest battle on the grid. Hyder looks like he's closing down on Christ, but not enough to switch to him yet. Summit's also got within a second. There looked like a little bit of a train forming there. Hyder's 3 tenths of a second now. What has happened here? Christ looks like he got an awful exit. Hyder's now going to push the matter a little bit here. Is he going to be able to do anything? And while these two are fighting, it's allowing Samet to get back in the mix as well. It's 3 tenths of a second up. Jamie and Basket. Looks like Jamie's got past Basket as well. Jamie slowly but surely moving up. Okay, nice try, Ronaldo. Moving up the grid. Hyder's now 3 tenths of a second as well. It's dropped off a little bit into that chicane, and now it's 6 tenths of a second. Christ got an awful exit, and now Hyder's right back on him. Through the final corner, looks a little bit deep from Hyder. Doesn't look like going to get slipstream. Is he going to be able to try and make anything happen? There's the yellow flag in sector 2. It's a Kobo again. The Kobo's race has gone from bad to worse. He had all but a chance to win in Suzuka, but Singapore, he's had a nightmare. And by had a nightmare, I think he's about to be lapped. 3 tenths of a second, a quarter second between Hyder and Christ now. Coming down the straight. Hyder, you can tell Hyder's looking for it. He's looking for a place to make this work, but as for whether he's going to get the chance, he's going to go down the inside of the hairpin, and he gets the move done. And it allows Samet, he almost loses the rear of the car though. It allows Samet to get involved as well. We're going to stay on this a little bit longer. So we're going to go on Samet's point of view, see if he's going to be able to make a move on Christ now as well. Half time in the Christ has just dropped off drastically. Pug, yeah, I said this every time. Pug is definitely out of this race. Hyder's just going to take the free. Yep, doesn't have to do a lot. Driver on the grid. And chase down Jag still. The dirty air's not going to help him. The splash from the card also not going to help him. Going for the chicane, going into the last corner. Probably slipstream from the end of this corner. Being only 6 tenths back. He does, but isn't able to close any sort of real gap. Now 7 tenths. Flag in sector 1. With the yellow flag in sector 1. That Alfa Romeo I see in front. Yep, it is. It's a Kobo. Kobo has had a nightmare. Shot the tail of run with it now, and it gets the position. And Summit around the outside goes into 8th place, and El Trucker's going to go on from Pog, and now he's going to be able to move up on Christ as well, and everyone's just bunching together here now. Sector 1, it doesn't look like, and there's the safety car because he crashed on the straight. And just when I thought it couldn't get a little bit more complicated this race, let's throw in a second safety car, a third safety car, sorry. So there's virtual safety cars, and there's an user's just got a drive through, it's just picking on the poor at this point. And now it's gonna be. Do we get a new set of intermediates? Do we go on the end? Oh, our truck almost loses this car for the hairpin. Oh, that almost spelled disaster. Doesn't really matter where I am here. Let's just hold up on. Now we got people are actually going to come into the pit. Swen's actually the only one who's going to go from now to the end of the race on the intermediates, because there's no letting up on this. This is not quite downpour, but it's not quite far away. Getting puddled all over the track now, and it could be very possible that through all of this, that we might end up having to go wet. If this track gets any worse, then we might be looking at the situation where, like we had on the last one, where everyone drops in to the pits again. My window, while I've got free time, because it's very cold in here at the moment. Definitely had the window, I had it open so I could actually so I could have it, so I didn't act like a sauna. As for everything going on now, tier 3 chat, the few people Pog's got. Still, the safety car comes in, what, maybe lap 22? Oh, Christ had a little bit of an accident through, well, I say accident, through the final corner in sector, well, the first corner in sector 3, sorry. Loads of the place are too. To return to the safety, I can actually watch. Oh, what? The ref couldn't see that? Terry O'Reilly, what the hell? Alright, that's one way of going about it. I see that people have got what I thought might have happened. Christ and Pog's gone on the wet. What? Pog's CPU, so it doesn't matter. Christ's gone on the wets though. We're at that point where it's all but limbo, where you are not sure whether or not everyone going through the Arsenal goal. That's ridiculous goal. Ridiculous goal. Safety car stayed out, so we're going on lap 24, I'm guessing then. Fred got an assist! Jesus Christ! Also, for those that have just joined now and don't really know what's going on, under the safety car and taking liberty of watching what happened in the Man United game through half time. When we get the safety car, when they get the message on the top, when we go into the third sector, safety car comes in, back to proper, back to concentration, back to commentating the race. But safety car, there's not a lot. Yeah, I know, but I'm also just talking about it's a safety car. The 99% of safety cars, nothing happens, right? Let's just put that out there. 99% of safety cars, there's nothing happening. So I might as well talk about something else in the process. So just calm down. Alright? I'm allowed to watch a football game at the same time. Especially when there's nothing going on here. I am commentating still. It's still, when it goes to the race at the end of this car, when it comes up here, there's not... God here, right? There's nothing... Either you can hear me talk about what's going on about Man United, or you can have flat silence. Tier 1 is Black Charizard. I asked to do Tier 1, but they wouldn't let me. There you go, safety car in this lap. It would be just blank silence if I didn't talk about anything else, because there's nothing to talk about. A few penalties here and there, but there's nothing really serious that comes through under the safety car. Everyone's on things. Most of everyone's on intermediates. The tyre's not really effective anymore. Not a good stat for me to look at. As for penalties, there's not really much here either. Been a pretty... I want to say pretty clean race. Been an alright. It's been a cleaner race than I thought I would see. I'll say that. Here we go. As always, we come up to Boomer. And here we go. Is there any sort of drama coming off the edge of at the end of turn 1? No, there isn't. Looks like Scaldy's just dropping out 7 tenths. He's actually closed in a little bit off the edge of that first corner. There's a blue flag flying up because people are being lapped and not being lapped at the same time. As for much else happening here, there's 3 tenths of a second. Let's watch Hyder. Let's watch Hyder. See if he can make anything work on basket. The closest battle on the grid right now. I can barely see anything through the rain. Jesus, that was not great. There's a one... Oh, he's gonna go down the inside! Is he going to be able to make it? He's not. That door. Oh, and he's got into a wall. Oh, is he? No, he's saved it just about. Samet's taken the position, but Hyder's taken it back on the switchback. And that was a pretty good save, if I do. That's a pretty good save. And Jamie tried something on Jag there in third, trying to go for a podium, but didn't quite work. And we're going to watch this one, a Jag span. Jag span at the end of the hairpin. And it's going to allow Jamie into third. Puts Jag now behind his teammate. El Troco is going to make a move. Oh, he might be too far back, actually. He is too far back, but his poor exit of the corner almost allows Swen in. Swen's not going to be able to make a move either. And that was almost a well-worked move from Swen, trying to take advantage of El Troco not really knowing where to go. Let's watch Hyder again in a minute. The closest to a straight, so closest chance of something actually overtake happening, unless a spin comes, and then that's not really something I can control. I can control watching even. Going to be about 4/10 of a second. Not going to be able to make anything work into the first corner. Let's have a look back here. Is there anything happening back here? No. Oh, actually, I take that back. Looks like Swen's going to go down the inside. Swen down the inside doesn't actually backs off. Doesn't make the move. He could have made the move there if he wanted to. Oh God. 3/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second between Hyder and Basket. Nothing going on there. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything going on between Sven and El Troco either. We're bouncing between the two. Doesn't look like Sven's close enough for the hairpin, the dive that Hyder seems to be loving at the moment. Let's watch Hyder again. He's 2/10 of a second back. That's unlucky. Not able to make the move there. Almost trying the inside of that corner. Hyder just looking at every opportunity he has, trying to make something work with the last 6 laps of the race coming up. Hasn't been able to force anything through yet, but looks like he was getting closer and closer for quite a long time. The longer this goes, I think the more chance the Hyder might actually get somewhere with this. Even then, Samet and Jag are right behind them, and 3/10 penalty, if I can speak English, isn't exactly great. Great news for either of them. Hyder going into the hairpin, not in the hairpin, chicane, sorry. I keep getting the two corners mixed up for some reason. Mind me not being able to distinguish a hairpin from a chicane thing, but each to their own. Sven's much closer than Hyder is now. As I say that, Hyder gets within 3/10 of a second, but they're up toward the corner now, so there's no overtaking to happen. Half a second, not really able to close an awful lot there, Sven, on El Troco. And has to be stuck behind for a little bit longer. Let's see if Hyder's going to be able to make anything work. I would like a better camera angle game. That's a better camera angle. And he's not. He's slightly too far back to make anything actually work there. Is he going to go for his lunge? His favourite lunge? He is! Down the inside! It doesn't look like he'd get the position though. He's going to go around the outside here. Still wheel. Hyder's still there. Hyder's got the position momentarily. Got his wheel in front. Basket's almost pushing him off the track, trying to squeeze it, but Hyder's got in front. Little bit of comment. Oh, and there goes Samet. Well, all the way through all of this. Samet just taking a little bit of a spin, and it might have just cost him much of anything. Sven now going to try and make something work on El Troco. Goes to the outside of the corner. Tries to switch back. Gets the better exit. And it's not... Actually, does. Gets to the inside of the first part of the chicane. Trucko gets to the inside of the second, and now the inside of the second chicane in total. Trucko now lost the position. Swen does eventually get it. After a lot of fighting, that was a lot of work from Swen, but that lasted a few corners, and Jamie's got Skildy. Skildy goes wide. And all of a sudden, the two Williams guys are looking for a double podium. But the winner of the race last Thursday, makes a rare mistake. Costs himself a position that might be crucial later on. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Samet, which makes his moment of madness get even worse. And it's now 4.5 tenths, 4 tenths between Basket and Jag, who new kind of battle that's going, a new battle that's emerging. It's been very much Basket and Hyder for pretty much all the race, and Swen's right on the back of Jag. Swen's not done making moves either. I mean, Swen's not going to be able to make a move into this corner, into the latter stage of the Sector 2. He might be able to push something into the hairpin if he's brave enough. He's not going to have enough space to actually. He's lost a little bit through the left corners beforehand, and oh, there's a little bit of sliding there from Jag. It might open the door for Swen. He's not going to open the door for Swen though, because it doesn't look like it was enough sliding to cause much of a problem. He saved the car pretty well. And there's a little bit of fighting in the midfield here, a little bit of feistiness. Especially with Swen. Swen looks like he's in the mood for some overtakes. It might have been tactical. It might have been tactical. You might be right, Rossi. I weren't watching at the time, so I wouldn't actually properly know. It's probably my bad, because I didn't actually see how close they were. Too busy focusing on this battle, which was Swen versus El Trucco for 3 corners. It's 4 tenths of a second now between Jag and Basket. Basket went a little bit wide off the edge into the home straight, but manages to keep the position. Half a second away is Jag behind him, and like Samet just got in front of Pog, but Pog's a CPU, so it don't really matter. Swen for roughly the same amount of distance between the two. Oh no, Jag's now got within 2 tenths of a second on Basket, and here we go. Now they're really close. Is there going to be a move? There isn't going to be a move. He's slightly too far back. But Swen's going to try... No, is he? No, he's not. Nobody going to try Hyder's favourite move into the hairpin. Swen looks like he might try something on the exit of it, though. No, he backs off. Doesn't want too much of it. Gets the better exit, though. Gets alongside the rear wheel of Jag's car. Both going to go wheel to wheel. No, he actually backs off, and Jag goes deep as a result, and Swen's got the position. And now it's El Trucco on Jag, and everyone wants in. Jesus, Scaldy and Jamie have gone back on positions. As for the two, I'm not sure what is actually going on here. I think they might just be properly racing. I don't think Team Orders is forming a lot of it. I keep watching Swen, because this midfield battle has been back and forth and through a bunch of people. Swen now looking for Basket now. He took positions from El Trucco and Jag. He's now going for Basket. Looks pretty close. About 4 tenths of a second now. Going through the final corner. Is there going to be some sort of slipstream? It could be dirty, yeah. It isn't going to be too far back to make any use of the slipstream. 2 tenths, 3 tenths of it now. It's 3 seconds extra for El Trucco, who has a very creative interpretation of the track limits around Singapore for today, apparently. And now it's going to be Basket versus Swen. Who's going to get the better exit? It looks like Swen's not quite alongside. He is alongside now, and he does get past, but his Basket's behind him properly now, and Swen gets the position off him as well and moves up into 5th. This has been a very, very good drive from Swen. To drive there myself, probably I wasn't expecting it. I know he won sprint the other day. Must be riding off a lot of confidence from that. But the latter part of this race has been charging down quite a lot. He was charging quite a lot in the first half of the race as well, before the first safety car and then the wet. The Cobra got 3 seconds, which just seems pointless at this point. 6/10 of a second between Hyder and Jamie. There's 4/10 between Trucko and Jag here, so we'll stay here. See if there's going to be any sort of move. No, there's not going to be any more sort of move, but any sort of closing the gap, sorry. And there's a... small club. Hyder on Jamie. Hyder on the inside, into the chicane. Gets the position, gets the move done. Just about caught that. And Hyder needs to get away pretty quickly. What on earth happened here? Scaldy opened quite a gap. Very quickly. Jamie's 7/10 of a second back on Hyder. Hyder needs to open this gap pretty quickly. Not got a long time before he inevitably... Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be so. Got a 6/10 gap. He needs pretty much 2.5 seconds if he really wants to make anything of this. He wants a podium, he needs to thing. I feel sorry for Hyder though, because he had an incredible strategy, you could tell earlier on, but Mascot in that second safety car pretty much did in that strategy. Had to rethink it. 3/10 of a second now. He's not going to have the move done that Hyder's done to so many people in this race. I think I might end up interviewing the top 4 here. I mean, yeah, he's only losing 1 place. Yeah, you are right. But his strategy early on probably wanted a bit higher than third to be over 4th, to be honest with you. Let's watch Jag. Let's go back to this. Our trucker got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warning. Let's watch this, because everyone else is out of DRS. This little train is the only thing left. Jamie's now within a second again. Not too... Is back and forth, that one. Still needs 3 seconds for it to really become any sort of battle. Is there going to be any sort of late attempt from Jag on Basket? It doesn't need it. I know, but you moaned at me for talking about this, so that's why that was why I said small club. That's why I said it. But here, Jag doesn't actually need to make a move. He does have the position. Oh, there's another 3 seconds for Hyder, as we've just been talking about it. As we've just been talking about it, Hyder just worsens the blow. Think he might drop a couple positions now. Let's watch Jamie. He's the closest battle on the grid at the moment. As I say, that is good. Yeah, Hyder is silly mistakes, I think it is at this point. Oh, you're taking the piss. Oh, fuck off, Odegaard. 7 attempts between Jag and Basket, but it's not really necessary. But let's watch Boomer. Coming towards the middle of the thing. He's on the last lap, so let's watch him. Let's watch. There's not really going to be a lot for the rest of the race, I don't think. Maybe something between Jag and Basket, but that seems to be fluctuating between 8 attempts and 4 attempts. So I think we're going to watch the winner this race unless he crashes. Unless he crashes, which would be classic jinxing from me, because I apparently have really good timing with that. Swen's now 4 tenths of a second on Jamie. Actually, is he going to be able to make something? I don't know, but let's continue watching Boomer for the moment in time. If I see that drop towards a 10th of a second, as soon as I say that, Swen's going down the inside, well, to the outside of the chicane and then to the inside of the following one. I don't know what happened to Jamie. I have no idea. But Swen got the position, but he also got a time penalty, which basically means that it's a killer. Jag didn't get the position as well, and Boomer crossed the line. And after his win in Canada last season, he followed it up this season with a win in the second race at Singapore. gets a third from the last race. He gets a second from the race before. And it is a Williams second and third. Williams, the constructors, are really going to be helped out by that. Swen's penalty cost him in the end as well. JV's going to take third, Swen fourth, Heidi fifth. Jag's going to take sixth, Basket seventh, Zab eighth, El Trucco ninth. Christ is going to be 10th as we watch the remainder of the people. Samet ended up DNFing on the last lap. Remainder of the people coming across the line. Oh my god. So I need Scalesy, Jamie, Boomer. I'm going to get Hyder as well. And then Christ in 10th. Have to watch Pog slow. That's fun. And that's that. I keep forgetting that Scaledy got a nickname for this Discord now. Jamie. Let's see how many we can. Seems to be common. The first two races, Boomer and Scaledy, have both been in for interviews. Boomer's probably going to be gleaming with the chance of interview getting an interview, and seems to be in a very, very good stretch of form. Let's just say that. Jamie, grid 19th, ended up 3rd. Hyder, grid 17th, ended up 5th because of penalties. Swen's gonna get really annoyed because that race got the Ferrari strategy. Yeah, that would make sense. I think they know that party is where they need to be.
Hello, Pyro.
Hello again, Boomer. Right, there's 3. Is Jamie getting in here?
What a coincidence! I spoke with all those people.
Really? Oh wow! Funny enough, I'm interviewing everyone but Sven. Really should have joined your chat. You should have just let me know. Well, leave it till the interview then. We'll get to it. We'll get to that. Right. Let's start with you, Ida, because obviously the rest of the podium. First things first is let's get your reaction to the race. Yeah, sort that. Well, I was good. That's the thing that I wanted to ask. The next thing I was going to ask is, what made you pit for the it's earlier than everyone else? Because everyone else came in at the same time, but you kind of spotted this earlier. Fair enough. It was a mass that called. Because I saw your strategy thing. It put you right to the front after everyone pitted. Obviously, that was obviously going to pit. It looked like a masterclass. And then a mass goes out on hards for some reason. I don't actually know why. And then you span. What was going through your head at that point? Fair enough. Also, one last question about the proper race, then I'll ask you what I asked Boomer and Skeldy last week. Right at the end with the penalties, they were killers. How did you even get the penalties? And they must hurt. They must sting a little bit. Well, with that, I'm going to ask you what I asked Scaled and Boomer last week. They know the questions that are going to come up. Start with the drivers. Where do you realistically think you can get to with the Drivers' Championship? Fair enough. And with the fact that we're only 2 races into the season, I think it's a 12-race calendar, what race that has left to come that are you most excited to do? Well, thank you for the interview, Ida. I think third was Jamie, right? After all the penalties, I am not missing anything with that. So let's get your reaction to the race then, Jamie.
Well, I was pretty annoyed after the crash in qualifying. I was 19th, but when I knew there was rain, I was kind of like, okay, this is not as bad as I thought, because I know I can go on the hards, go on the mediums. I thought about going hards, and I knew if I just I kept it on track and avoided penalties, I would slowly but surely work my way up with safety cars and penalties and people spinning off, and that kind of happened through most of the race. And then I knew that I had okay pace, and I wasn't very quick, but I know I was okay enough to be up there. And I guess as soon as the rain came, I was in a good position, and I just made my way up, and I had decent pace towards the end. And it was I'm very happy with the result I got. I'm in P3. It's a very good recovery from last week, because the crash. I retired last week, so I'm off and running, and hopefully I can carry on with that kind of positioning. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Well, after you got past Scaledy, whatever happened there, I'll pretty sure I'm gonna ask both of you that question. You just started sliding back down. What happened there? What happened after that point?
Tires, I'm not great with the inters, but some reason it's just the inters. I burnt them out really quickly. I don't know why, and yeah, I started sliding, and yeah, I mean, I knew that my job was just to keep it on track, and I knew that people have penalties behind me, so if I just kept on track, I knew it was going to be difficult to overtake. So I just stuck to that, and it worked out. So yeah, I wasn't too concerned that I was falling back, but yeah.
Fair enough. And the question I'm going to pose to you, I'll pose to Scaledy as well. Either one of you can answer this, or Scaledy can wait until his interview, whatever. But what the hell was going on between you two? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, like I was never gonna. It was kind of like an interesting move because I know if I got up ahead, I know if I was able to catch Boomer, then it might have made I would have been better for the constructors. But as soon as I saw that I wasn't gaining against Boomer, then I just may as well just give it back because I wasn't going to catch him. And yeah, he deserved his P too. It wasn't because of his mistake. It's just that happened, so let's just give it back.
Fair enough. And well, I asked a question to Hyder a minute ago. I asked a question for Scaledy Boomer last week. I'm going to ask it to you now, and I'm going to ask it to as many people as I can when I interview them. Where do you think you're going to go with the drivers?
I want to be in the fight. I want to be aiming for the championship. I mean, tier 2 last year, I had decent pace, but it was just me brake fading and just not being consistent enough. If I can have the consistency, I think I could be up there, and yeah, definitely at least probably top 5. So that's what I'm aiming for this year, this season, not this year.
I got what you meant. Well, and the last question is that I've obviously posed to Hyder as well. What track are you looking forward to the most? Because it varies with every person.
Well, I mean, most of them. I mean, I like most of them, but I think Imola. I think I think we did the pre-season race there, and I liked it. I enjoyed racing there. I had decent pace there, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to Saudi Arabia, just because I know we haven't raced there before, like at all. Like we haven't even seen anything, and we don't even know what's going to happen. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, and I actually kind of enjoy racing there. I don't know, people probably have different opinions on that, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to most of the calendar. Actually, it's a bit different, and hopefully that will help me.
Fair enough. Thank you for the interview, mate. Also, no one heard anything or some of that, but I am just cheering in the background because Ronaldo just scored a penalty. Just so I want to make that clear.
Oh no!
It's 3-2 Man United now. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought Man City, so.
Fred's won a penalty, got an assist, handed Arsenal a goal. It's been a big spag. So on to your interview now, Scaledy. Let's get your reaction to the race. I know it's a simple question, but gotta pose it. The second penalty for Hyder just killed any shot of the podium, pretty much. But with that, you say it was a really simple race. Is that with in mind just getting points on the board really quickly, early, and trying to solidify a place? Well, there's I don't know how, but I got told yesterday was the first time I've ever seen a wet Singapore race in practice. But apparently they're really common, so I'm not looking forward to Sunday. But yeah, with the being conservative race, I kind of guessed it. I kind of thought that you were trying to put as many points up on the board as quickly as possible, try and put out a lead. I'd probably be a little bit more emphasized with Boomer's win. Create a rivalry for the interviews. Your first at the moment, first and second. He's second with a first and a third. So
Skillsy will lead.
Something like that. Well, thank you for the interview, Skelsy. There's not really much more I can ask. It was such a simple. To you then, Boomer. I feel like I interview you every single week from the middle of last season, but I haven't actually interviewed you at a
Maybe.
So, how's your reaction to this race as the winner?
Yeah, very glad. I'm very happy that I didn't make any mistakes or something like that. I did in all the practice I've done before this race, and that wasn't a lot, but yeah. Apparently I had also a good setup for both weather conditions. Maybe even better for the wet than for the dry part of the race, because I was kind of stuck behind Sam, who had damage in the beginning, and I was on the mediums. But yeah, then the shit show arrived, and there came safety cars and VSCs and
you mean
went in.
Shit show started on turn 1 when Jack got clobbered.
yeah, but yeah. Well, instead of that, yeah, well, I could drive on because I started on the mediums, and then there came a very nice safety car for Skillsy, who went to the softs, and I was like, oh well, this is going to be the end for me on this position. And then before the safety car went in, it was already flooding. So yeah. yeah, I feel sorry for Sam.
I feel sorry for him as well, because he charged everyone down.
He went into the pits first, and I was like, please, green light, green light, green light, and it was the best green light I've ever seen. Yeah, but you were at the end of the pit lane. I was the only one coming.
Yeah, he charged everyone down at the end as well. Then got a 3-second time penalty, 5 corners on the end of the race. It stopped him getting a podium.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, he was so down bad today. Because he was already on... He had a good strategy and he had a very good first stint. Because he was way before... he was 3rd when I was still 7th. After 5 laps. So and after that... after the pits I just... kept at the front and had no spray. Very, very nice.
Yeah. How easy? I'm asking this question. How easy is it actually to drive like with at the front in the wet when you don't want to round sort of concentration or something?
Yeah, you're a little bit lagging, but I think I heard what you said. And yeah, well, you don't have any spray. So basically I could just focus on the point where I wanted to brake, which is not really the racing line all the time, because it's always the same, and sometimes it's a little bit more tricky because there comes some kind of drip on your screen and then it fucks up your reference point. But I think you can get very quickly influenced by if a driver in front of you makes a small mistake, not even a mistake that's gonna cost them a position, but it can really has an effect on how you take the corner after. And
yeah, I struggle so much in the rain.
Yeah, I just hope you don't have rain Sunday. That's the best thing. But I really liked the race. It was a lot of strategy call, by the way. We were all of us in the same party, and we were like, there was. Normally it's kind of straightforward, but now it was all kinds of strategy talk. When's the rain really gonna fall? And you got the weather forecast on the proximate, so you don't know, but you try to know, and it's actually makes a new dimension to the race, and I really like that.
It was a very entertaining race to watch, to be fair. But honestly, it's just one of those things where I could sit and watch that kind of race all day long.
That's good. That's nice.
But yeah, thank you for the interview, Boomer.
Yes, no problem. I will be back next. No.
I was about to ask that question. When am I going to see you on on the top step again? That's the. But yeah.
Here I am.
I think I'm going to end this stream here. It's been going for nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, Singapore, wet, a lot of people. I see.
Yeah, thank you.